And there's also a chat box on the side of wherever you're at, whether it's on the phone down below, if you're on a computer, it'll be one of those ways, but there's a chat box. You can let us know where you're tuning in from. So Minnesota here, I am a mom. I have 4 girls, and we have our family. My husband and myself have done the reboot so many times. We got to do the very first reboot when Prove It did it, I think 2 years ago, February. And I remember this concept of like a 60-hour keto reboot. You're telling me you don't want me to eat. My kids were saying, Mom, you get really hangry. Please don't do it. And I remember the first time thinking, I don't know if I can do a reboot. What is it? I don't get it. And so we want to welcome you here because somebody invited you because you were intrigued or you want to know more about what this metabolism reset is all about. And so we have an amazing guest to explain everything about what the reboot is, how it works, how you can get your hands on it, and what it actually does for your body. So with no further ado, I'm going to kick it over to Rob Deboer. He is the one that really created this 60-hour keto reboot along with Prove It and really helped create this amazing metabolism reset. And so Rob Deboer, if you are on, why don't you unmute yourself? I'm really excited for you to share with so many people about what this is. I know he's here. I know it.
I'm here, Steph. I had to grab a charger. How are you?
Great. How are you?
I mean, nobody in Prove It can relate. Like, hey, my phone's dying. So,
I love it.
All right, let me get settled here. Wow, what a great Zoom and what a great time to be a part of what we're doing. How is everybody? All right, I'm going to make this super simple. So if you'll give me just 1 minute. Awesome, awesome. Grab some light. Hey, hello everyone. I am Coach Rob Deboer, and it is an honor and a privilege to be with you tonight. What in the world is a reboot, and why would anybody in their right mind go 18, 36, or 60 hours without food? Well, I'm here to tell you, number one, Prove It is the pioneer when it comes to what I would argue is the biggest conversation in the health, fitness, nutrition industry, anti-aging nutrition, anti-aging industry over the next decade. In other words, we are pioneering a conversation that is here to stay. It's very real, it's very sound, and it's scientific. We are the gold standard when it comes to exogenous, outside the body, ketone supplements in. But Prove It, what's interesting and what we love about the company is they're always innovating. The ultimate goal is to help people become the best version of themselves. I would argue, yes, we all want to be better fat burners. To age well, you want to keep and create muscle. But what if we could look, feel, and perform good along the way? I would argue everybody wants to age well. So if nothing else, let's let that be the ultimate goal. We don't want to look like an underwear model. We don't care if you can see our abs. We don't care if we can do the fastest CrossFit workout. We just want to be healthy. We just want to look good, feel good, perform well as we raise our family, play with our kids and grandkids one day. One of the keys to doing that is what we call digestive rest and metabolic reset. Those are the 2 ultimate goals. And science says, Prove It has validated over the last, I guess it's been a couple of years now that we've launched this, that putting the body into a fasted state, allowing digestive rest and metabolic reset, taking everyone from a sugar burner to a fat burner over the course of 60 hours, and forcing the body into that kind of survival mode where it adapts and adjusts. Well, that's great in theory, but it's a really difficult, tall task for someone that's never been part of the process. Well, that's where Prove It steps in with our Keto Reboot Kit. They go on sale today for the next 5 days, and I would argue it's the best $79 US. I know we're in multiple countries, a bit more in Canada, whatever the currency is. $79 in US, it's probably the best $79 that you could spend on your anti-aging health and wellness. And it's not because of our opinion, it's because science says so. So here is what's even more exciting. And I want you to think about this. I would say the vast majority of people, some people want to lose fat, some people want to gain muscle, some people just want to avoid the afternoon nap and slump. What if we could help you accomplish what I believe is one of the biggest, most fascinating and emerging topics currently under study? And that is what I would term exponential nutrition. Is it possible for someone to get more nutrition from the same food than someone eating the same meal? In other words, we would argue that you can get more protein, carb, fat, vitamins, and minerals from the same plate of food if you reboot your body and perform digestive rest and metabolic reset. And I want you to think about that. We hear this term caloric restriction, mood and mindset matter, energy and endurance, controlling appetite and cravings. What if we could help you accomplish a goal that nobody is talking about? We could help you accomplish something that is emerging science, that as humans and optimizing our metabolic health, we can actually improve our odds by getting more from the same food that we currently eat. Just think about that. Would that make sense? What if you could get more from less? That's what we're talking about. That's why this is so important. That's why people that drink ketones daily that also reboot monthly have more success and more sustainability with that success than people that just drink ketones or people that don't drink ketones at all. So Steph, I would just argue with people and say this. We have a really strong case that allows anyone to get in where they can fit in. If you're in shape, out of shape, a mom, a dad, busy, sedentary, athlete, non-athlete, doesn't matter. If you're over the age of 18, if you're not currently pregnant, we invite you to join us for either 18, 36, or 60 hours. Everybody can do 18. People surprisingly to themselves continue on to 36. And I would argue a majority of people actually go all 60 hours and they reboot their body. They reset their metabolism. They offer digestive rest. And coming out of the reboot, I would say having lost 26 pounds of body fat, gaining 3 pounds of muscle. And again, depends what machine you use, what measuring instruments that you are using to monitor. But my secret to my success has been this idea of exponential nutrition. I've talked to Dr. Ryan Lowry, Jacob Wilson, a couple of our specialists there. It's high on their list of research. Does drinking ketones and rebooting monthly give someone a metabolic advantage over the food they're currently eating? I would say the answer is yes. It will be an overwhelming yes. And so that's why everybody lean in and listen. Grab a reboot kit. And if it's your first time, make sure you tune in and connect with someone that has done this before. Here's the good news. We have a group that went from 3 people to now 110, 20,000, can't keep up with the numbers around the world. Yes, that's right. We lead the largest online fasting community in the world. It's called Prove It. It's called Drink Ketones Daily, Reboot Monthly. And we invite you to join us. You won't be sorry that you did. So Steph, I'll turn it back over to you.
No, I love that. So here's, I kind of wanted to walk people through actually what it looks like. So for those of you who are just tuning in and you're not even drinking ketones, maybe this is your first introduction to Prove It. Really what it all revolves around is it's packets. And so Rob has this mindset of like an athlete, a trainer, right? Some of you are like, what is a metabolic reset? So I'm going to give you my mom version of how I would say it. And I love ping-ponging back and forth with Rob because when I first tried this, I was like, what is a metabolic reset? And so I just want you to think about this. Really what the goal is like Rob said, to rest your body. You are going to get out the junk. You're getting out the carbs and the sugar. You're going to get your body into a fat burning mode. So your goal is to go, I'm going to rest. I'm going to reset. I'm going to get into fat burning mode. And my biggest benefit of what I love about the reboot and why I continue to do it is because it helps me understand that I don't have to be controlled by food. I control the food. I don't have to be controlled because the clock says to eat, because I'm bored. I mean, who has been sitting around in their house for 60 hours, be honest, or 60 days, I'm sorry, and maybe walking into the kitchen a little bit more, or maybe like opening the fridge out of habit, right? You sit down to watch some TV and you're constantly munching. I've been hearing that story over and over again, right? And so right now, there is not a more prominent time than people actually more aware of their health, more aware of their fitness, more aware of going, I need to actually take care of my body, and then going, these last 60 days have not been good to me, right? Not everybody, but most people. And so what this is going to do is it's going to kickstart you, like Rob said. I don't care if you have been 100% on your diet or you've lost all control. I tell people, whether you're just beginning and you need something to kickstart you, whether you're at a plateau and you want to get past that plateau, or whether you're on top of your game and you want to amplify what you're doing, right? Like, that's what this is going to do for you. And so you're going to start, you're going to start your reboot. You're going to grab the kit. In the kit, you've got our ketones that we drink every single day. You're going to have a variety of flavors that you get to drink, caffeine and caffeine free. Your lunch is going to consist of our better broth. There's different flavors that come in there for you. And just so you know, you're not in this by yourself. We start all together June 14th. You're going to grab your kit over the next couple days. It is going to come to your house. You're going to get plugged into a private group where you're going to hear Coach Rob, and you're going to hear other coaches. We've got Coach Destin and Coach Mitch and myself, and I see Coach Danny on here, and I see Coach Kate. And we're going to coach you for the full 60 hours, whether it's mindset or, hey, be aware of what you're doing. Pay attention to your triggers. Why are you eating? You're going to understand that your body's going to actually go, oh, this is what it means to be hungry. I had no idea because I eat so often. And this is how I got to where I am today. And so that's what this kit is going to do for you. You've got your lunch and your dinner, which is our broth. And then you've got our electrolytes. You also have some little pills you're going to take in the morning and at night to help with DNA repair. And then to break your reboot, we have an amazing product called Keto Pro. And then we're going to help you eat better. The private group you're plugged into, guess what we do? We give you tips and tricks and coaching and education on our company and our community and all around ketones, that you're not by yourself. And when the reboot is done, we still walk you through every single day of how to be better, how to just be a better person, because that's what Prove It is all about. What are you wanting? What are you going after? So my encouragement to you is this: take this seriously, grab the kit, and Rob, I love how Rob explains it. You might go, if you like me are thinking, 60 hours? Are you kidding? That was me. But what I love that Rob has done is he's made it 18 hours, 36 hours, or 60. Because think about this. Raise your hand if you've ever intermittent fasted before. And all that is 14 to 16 hours, right? That's a really common thing people are doing. Intermittent fasting. If you intermittent fast, that's great for your body. If you extend it and go 18 or 36 hours, that's even better. It doesn't mean that you fail if you don't make it 60. It means you've got another kit to do another 36 hours or 24 hours or whatever the case may be. I'm not great at math, but you get what I'm saying. Like, the point is, the longer you can do it, every time that you plug in and join us, right? You're going to do the reboot. You're going to want to drink ketones after that every single day. You're going to want to plug into our community, because what you're going to find, most people want fat loss. Most people go, yep, I want that. And they end up staying for all the other benefits: the energy, the focus, the mindset, the brain, the mood, the muscle preservation. This company and this product is changing lives. And it's not just about fat loss, but it's going to help you take control of your food and of your body and of your health. It's way more than what you're going to expect, I can promise you. So I know that I'm rambling. Coach Rob, is there anything else that you wanted to add in there?
I would just tell people, look, we have people that have set goals like, I want to run a half marathon or I want to run a marathon. Here's what we've heard back from people. This is your version of a mental marathon. Every one of you tuning in has the ability to go 60 hours, but maybe you go 18, 36, 60. It could very possibly be, according to people that checked the box, they ran their first marathon. It was on their bucket list. And they say, you know what? Running the marathon, as empowering as that was, going through that 60-hour reboot experience, I come to realize that was one of the greatest experiences I've ever had, because I set a goal that's difficult, that very few people even attempt to achieve, and they realize this is something I can do. This is something I control. This is something I can overcome. And in doing that, they metabolically reset their body. So if anybody has hit a plateau, if you feel like you're stuck, if you feel like there's crud, if you feel like, you know what, I would just like to hit the reset button. Whatever that means to you, we are speaking to that person tonight. Grab a reboot kit, jump into our community, find a friend. Better than rebooting alone is rebooting with tens of thousands of others, but also a personal accountability partner that says they'll do it with you. So we'll do our best to get this on replay. Invite someone to join you. It will be an incredible experience, I can promise. That's why it's gone from 3 people to over 100,003 people over the last couple of years, and why it continues to grow, and why people continue to make this part of their monthly routine as we drink ketones daily, reboot monthly. Steph, thanks so much for having me on.
Hey, you're awesome. So exactly what Rob said. Thank you, Rob. Get with the person that invited you. We have a really great website that can give you more information, give you more idea of what the products do. And so just ask them and say, okay, I'm ready. Sign me up. So get with that person. And then I've got one more thing I want you to do. Think of somebody that you want to do this with you. Because my husband and I did it together. It was more of an accountability, right? So a coworker, a mom, a friend, a sister, and go, hey, join me for the reboot. I'm going to do this. We all know that we need to reset our metabolism and get back on track after this little bit of a quarantine. So we are here to help, support, guide, and coach you. I look forward to seeing all of you on June 14th when we dive into the 60-hour keto reboot. And I hope you guys have an absolutely amazing night, and we'll talk to you soon.